The objective of search grading is to evaluate a specific result from start to finish to objectively determine if it satisfies a user's core need. Every query target falls into one of two primary categories. The first is a named entity, which includes capitalized nouns like specific people, brands, or events. The second is a knowledge term, covering the abstract concepts and objects of study that users want to learn about. Before you begin grading, you need to set up a clean technical environment. Open a private browsing window, maximize the screen to prevent responsive design glitches from hiding information, and turn off all ad blockers. As a baseline rule, you must operate under the assumption that all evaluated searches are performed on an Apple device or using the Safari browser. This diagram illustrates the gap we are trying to bridge. On the left is the user's abstract thought, like wanting pizza near them. On the right are the concrete local map listings the search engine returns. Standardizing your technical environment removes browser-side variables, focusing your evaluations solely on the search intent and the quality of the provided result. Step 1 is to understand the query. You do this by clicking the provided web search links to research what the user means before looking at the specific result to grade. First, you will frequently encounter ambiguous intents. A user typing Apple could be looking for the common fruit, or they could be searching for the technology company. To figure out the dominant interpretation, analyze the first page of the web search results. If there is a clear majority topic, like the tech company dominating the links, that becomes the primary intent you grade against. If the query has multiple valid interpretations but no single dominant one, you grade normally for all reasonable meanings. However, any result that would be highly satisfying for a specific interpretation is lower to satisfying, because we cannot be entirely sure which one the user intended. Relying strictly on search engine research to establish this intent prevents you from injecting your own personal bias or assumptions into the evaluation. Step 2 is to review the results. Your first action here is to identify exactly what format the returned asset is, whether that's a standard web page, a map listing, or an image group. This grid shows a web image group result for onions. For this format, you must check that the subjects are in clear focus, that the images match the query, and that every picture in the grid is fully visible. Next is step 3, validate the result. Before assigning any grade, you must check for disqualifying technical or policy factors that would result in an unsatisfying experience. Any result containing pornography, hate speech, or pirated materials gets an immediate inappropriate flag. This 404 graphic demonstrates a content unavailable flag. You apply this designation to dead links, server timeouts, parked domains, or any blank pages. This Economist article features a Get the Full Story prompt. Because this subscription paywall blocks users, it triggers a content unavailable flag. You must perform a double refresh to confirm barriers like this are permanent issues, not temporarily stalled screens. Validating results first protects the end user from harmful content and ensures you are not wasting effort rating pages that are fundamentally broken. Next, step 4 is rating the result. You will assign a score along a primary satisfaction scale, ranging from highly satisfying down to not satisfying. The core operational principle here is to grade based on the semantic meaning of the page, rather than relying entirely on exact keyword matches. If a user searches for English Premier League soccer, a link to the official Premier League website is highly satisfying, even if the exact words English or soccer are missing from the page. You also have to verify geographic context. A map result must align with the user's actual physical location to be useful. Temporal context requires a similar check. You must ensure the publication date of a news article matches the time frame of the user's query. And by prioritizing these layers of context, your ratings provide the nuanced data points search engines use to better align their automated rankings with the preferences of actual users. Finally, step 5 is review and submit. This acts as the final defense mechanism against the most common grading errors. The most frequent critical error is assigning a grade based solely on the search page URL or text snippet, without actually clicking through to read the destination page. Yet another major danger is personal familiarity. A grader might assume a result is the dominant interpretation simply because they personally recognize the topic, ignoring the research that shows otherwise. And if you ignore geographic context, you might see a matching restaurant name and grade it highly, missing the fact that the user is in Virginia and the restaurant is located 3,000 miles away in British Columbia. Catching these common errors during the review stage ensures that the data being submitted accurately reflects the search need, maintaining the integrity of the training set. After checking for common errors, you finalize the evaluation process by clicking the Submit button. Manually checking those links and researching intent provides the verified feedback necessary to improve how search engines handle complex human needs. This interface shows the side-by-side comparison task, the natural next step once you master single result grading. Here, you complete an overall preference rating. You weigh the satisfaction scores of both sides to determine which search result version is more helpful to the user. Developing a consistent approach to grading individual results provides the necessary baseline for handling the more complex comparative decisions found in side-by-side preference tasks.